Hello everyone, it's me SkingloNafro and I'm back to do another YouTube video. Now, the topic of today is Steve McQueen, the director of 12 Years a Slave, and he also directed the 5 small axe movies that are currently airing on BBC and also on BBC iPlayer, and you can also see them on Amazon Prime if you're willing to pay for it. Now, you can see them on Amazon Prime here in the UK, in Canada and in America, so that is what it's called, Wide Reaching. Now, Steve McQueen said that he threatened to boycott the BBC, as in not allow them to air these small axe movies due to their use of the N-word. Now, do you remember when I did my video a few months ago talking about how the BBC used the N-word in describing that racist incident which happened when that black boy was run over in a racially motivated hit and run? So Steve McQueen has basically said he was going to boycott the BBC if they did not apologise. Now, do you remember in my initial video that I did talking about the original incident? I firmly stated that the BBC did not need to say the N-word. It was absolutely unnecessary. You can get your point across about racist incidents here in the UK without having to say the N-word. I firmly stated this, so nobody can say that, oh, I'm backtracking or saying something different. No, you heard exactly what I said in my video, and yet you still chose to argue me down. Bruh, I come from a West Indian family. You can't argue me down. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. So, I, for one, applaud Steve McQueen for stating that he was going to boycott the BBC. This was basically before they decided to apologise. So basically what happened was politicians and BBC staff came out and said that they did not like that the BBC was allowing the N-word to be used. They did not like it, and they wrote letters to the BBC to tell them that their stance was, I'm completely against this. Now you have to remember the BBC has black members of staff, so it's also highly, you're having a highly volatile environment, hostile environment. Imagine you're a black person working for a corporation, a broadcasting service that is majority white, and they think it's perfectly acceptable for the N-word to be used on daytime television. Now, I also want to say that the BBC early November, there was a radio show on the BBC. A guy had a caller. The guy said he was from Greece or whatever, and he was talking about this game. I don't know if I got the video, but I will have a look, and if I do have the video, then I'll add it in. The caller was basically saying that he plays this game which is similar to Monopoly, but it's basically something to do with the N-word once again. And once again, the BBC is allowing it to be said. What I don't understand is how you have a radio station and, you know, people are calling in and whatnot, and you didn't think to say, you know what, to this person, you didn't think to say, oh, hold on, that language is inappropriate, you're being racist. How on earth did you let this man continue to say these racist things, whether he was trolling or whatnot? And you continuously allowed him to say these offensive things about black people, and you did absolutely nothing. You didn't do anything to resolve the issue. Instead, you continuously allowed this man to get away with literal murder. Now, Steve McQueen, I applaud you 100%. This is what we talk about when we talk about representation. This is what we talk about when we say that we want people who stand up for what is right and not sit down and not sit down and keep their mouths quiet because of money. No, you have to stand up. You have to stand up and say, look, I don't agree with this. You know that I plan to have my movies or whatever's on my movies, films, whatever on your TV station. However, if you do not apologize for saying the N-word, I'm going to remove my things. I'm not going to allow it. And this is why I applaud him 100%. Because this was more than a bare minimum. You feel me? This was more than a bare minimum. This was a black man making a stand and standing strong within it. If the BBC did not apologize, they would have lost out. Because look how many people are watching those Small Axe movies on a Sunday night at 9 p.m. Look how many people. And look at the engagement on Twitter and on Instagram when those films air. They would have missed out on a lot of viewers, or because they wanted to be stubborn and pig-headed. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I am talking about. Black people need to make a stand. You have to say to them, no, I'm not just going to accept your foolishness. It's this way. You either apologize or I'm going to boycott. Those are the only options you have. Those are the only options you have. So when people sit there and say, no, just shut up and be quiet and don't say anything. No, you must open your mouth. Open your mouth and speak, because these people don't hear you when you stay quiet. Because when you stay quiet, it's as if you're accepting their bad behavior, their negative behavior, their racist behavior. No, you must open your ass or mouth. Open your ass or mouth. Speak. Speak. Make your demands known. So they can't take one out for piss take. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Representation, true representation. A black person standing up for what they know is right. A black person standing within their own truth. And nobody can tell them different. Nobody can tell them different. So Steve McQueen, I applaud you for that. I honestly do. Because that was not an easy decision to make. But do you see how, even though it's not necessarily an easy decision to make, he still made it regardless. Even though it could have affected him, he still made it regardless. And that is what we are looking for. You see, like, you got these people who sit there and say, oh, I'm not going to talk about a certain thing because it means money's going to come out of my pocket or whatnot, or it means, oh, I can't air my stuff. No, I understand that sometimes that can be a really difficult decision to make. But at the end of the day, you have to look at it like, what is worth more, money in your pocket, or standing up for other black people when you come from a position of power, when you have a certain level of privilege because of who you are. You know? When you have a certain level of privilege, you have to use it. And if you don't use it, if you want to abuse it, then you can go along about your business. This is exactly what I've been telling you for months now. Speak out when you see something you don't like. When you see racist behavior, speak out. I'm not just talking to black people, I'm talking to white people as well. Yeah, when you see racist behavior and you know it's racist, call it out. Don't sit there ifing and butting. No, call it out. If you truly want to be an ally, call it out. Because I know you see it. There's no point ignoring it, acting like this country is not racist. You know damn well this country is racist. You know this country is racist. Why do you think the BBC was so brazen to have the N-word on Monday morning television months ago? Morning television, hearing the N-word. And it wasn't even said once, it was said multiple times. Multiple times. And there was people sitting there talking about, oh, it's not really a big deal. So what they said N-word, or it was said in context. Hi, you mother skunts. about it was said in context. They should never allow the N-word to be broadcasted on that channel. Never. I don't care if it's in context. They should never allow it in the first place. Because who are they to come say that? You know what the N-word means. You know the power of that word, and yet you saying it so brazenly on television and that time of morning. Any time of day, it would have been wrong to say it. But you said it so early in the morning, and you know people at home because we're in a what? Lockdown. So save the excuses. Save the defense of the BBC. They know exactly what they were doing. You don't think these people don't know what they're doing? The BBC's been running for years. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. So, either make a stand or go along from about here. That's all I got to say. All right, I gone. Bye.